Okay, I'm just going to share my screen and we shall begin. And if Colin, you could just let me know if you can see these slides.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody. My name's Duncan Wood. I'm calling you here tonight from North Wales in the UK, for anybody that doesn't know where North Wales is. I'd like to welcome everybody, especially the new people on the call tonight. Just to give you a brief background about myself, I have been making a full-time living started off in network marketing. That led me to online marketing with various companies over the years. I've had great success, but also, like a lot of people, have many, many disasters. And unfortunately, a lot of the companies I chose to do business with, unfortunately, aren't around to this day. I had a fantastic living from it for quite a few years, but last year, 2018, was actually the worst year I've had for a long, long time. For various reasons, various companies letting me down, companies badly managed, payment processes, you name it, I've experienced it. It got to a critical point, middle of the year, where I had more money going out than coming in. And I've not been in that situation for a long, long time. And it got critical, and I mean critical, to a point where I was counting the months and there was only a few months left before I ran out of money. I needed something, I didn't know what. A very good friend of mine, John Van Derzen, sent me a video. And I did watch it, but shouldn't have watched it that night because I wasn't in a good place. But he did, fortunate for me, send me a message a few days later. It was about 7 days later, which told me basically he'd been in this system for 16 days and he'd received in his bank 56,000. Well, I don't know about you, I had to call him. Two things went through my mind. I thought either he's a massive recruiter or he's put a lot of money in. I had a long conversation with John that night. He told me about this system. This actually was with another company, but it's what led me to this company. Cut a long story short, I started that night, one of the best systems I have ever seen in any company I've ever been involved with. So I'm here tonight to tell you about this company, Impact 101, what it's about, how it's come about, what crowdfunding is about, and why crowdfunding right now is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. You can see on the slide here, it's what is crowdfunding. It's a process of people working together, a group of people working together to help each other, basically, to fund whatever funds that person or cause is. Now, there's four main types of crowdfunding. You can see the main types there: loan-based, investment-based, donation-based, and prepayment or reward-based. The reason why I'm showing you this slide is because the very first person I spoke to about crowdfunding said this. He said it's illegal. I knew he was wrong. If somebody has got their mic open, please mute yourself because everybody can hear you. So I decided to go and do my own research. I actually phoned up a solicitor who used to live next door to me and asked him a question. Can you tell me what you know about crowdfunding? And he came back a couple of days later with this information, which you can find on the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority. And I can tell you, he told me that this is perfectly legal in every country in the world. And he asked me a question. He said, what type of crowdfunding is it? And that's the key question. That's what you need to look at. This is peer-to-peer crowdfunding, which is not regulated. The reason why it's not regulated, it doesn't need to be, because peer-to-peer, person-to-person is totally legal in every country in the world. I'll let you do your own research. Now, why is crowdfunding growing so fast? I'll go through in a minute why it is, but it's mainly because of what happened in 2006, 2008, which affected probably every country in the world. It was the banking crash, the banking crisis. People have lost trust in the banking system. They've lost trust in the system altogether, and especially because of the corruption that's going on in the banking system. So there is a major problem going on in the financial system that we're all used to, and there has to be a better way. Imagine if you didn't have any debt. As an example, banks don't actually lend you money now. They manage securities, they create a credit note, and they make money out of thin air. And that's one of the reasons why the economy is failing people, or the money in their pocket is getting less and less. So crowdfunding is growing massively. You've only got to look at the internet. These are just a few of the companies that are offering a platform for anybody to create their own funding. Indiegogo, GoFundMe, CircleUp, they're all some of the top companies on the internet right now. The number one right now is GoFundMe. And I can tell you the owner of this company, Impact 101, intends to make this the number one crowdfunding system in the world. And I've got no doubt, judging from what I've seen and what's happening and where this is going, that he will achieve that. So let's have a look at the crowdfunding market. You can go to Fundly. This is their statement in 2017. $34 billion was donated through crowdfunding platforms, and that's projected to grow to $300 billion by 2025. So I would sit there and ask yourself a question: how much of this market would you like to get a slice of? So how fast is it growing? Well, this is according to industry experts. It's growing year on year by 136%. That is phenomenal. Just compare that to any other industry out there in the marketplace right now. Now, not only is the internet getting involved, but now social media sites. Now, we've all heard of PayPal, the largest payment provider in the world. PayPal are now offering their own platform integrated into their existing system. Now, anybody that knows about PayPal, for them to integrate a new system into their platform, they will have spent millions on research and development, and also just adding that to their site will have cost a lot of money. They're not doing it for the good of their health. They're doing it for one reason. They are doing it to make money. The same with social media now. As you can see on this slide here, anybody can donate, anybody can receive. Here's a broke father in the UK who needed money to look after his family at Christmas time, and he raised literally 2,000 in a matter of hours. So you don't have to be a big company to get donations. You don't need to be a charity. You do need to be over 18, and you do need a phone and computer. And that is one of the reasons why crowdfunding is growing so fast right now. Many years ago, we didn't have the computer. We didn't have, as an example, social media sites. So now crowdfunding is coming to an age because of social media. And that's exactly what this gentleman saw. He was actually in the previous company I was with, and he saw for the very first time the massive growth in crowdfunding, and decided he wanted to take advantage of it and add it as another arm to his existing company, and make this the most successful crowdfunding system in the world. You can see Frank's experience. He's had 45 years in business. He's had 20 years experience in marketing and sales. He formed QRGL Marketing Incorporated in 2011, which is basically a technology company, with his partner Hans Luhmann, and Frank decided in January of this year to launch Impact 101 as another arm to his existing company. So here's a man with experience who saw the massive potential in this market and decided to do something about it. And I can honestly say this is, to me, like the Rolls-Royce of crowdfunding. And I'll explain later what the difference is between this company and, say, all those companies I've just shown you that are on the internet in a minute. And this is the other guy behind it, Frank's partner, Hans Luhmann. He's an electrical engineer. He's had 30 years experience in developing custom solutions for leading high-tech companies. He's on the board of directors of Link Global Technologies Incorporated, a Canadian blockchain company. And Hans, with Frank, launched QRGL Marketing Incorporated in 2011. And both together, they are now, with the team of people behind them, launched Impact 101. So ask yourself this question: Why this company? Well, imagine if you got involved in any of these companies on the internet that you can see on the screen right now. They're all brand name companies that are known probably in every country in the world. Now, previous to the internet, companies used to take years and years and years, and that's if they ever got into those countries. What's happening now, because of the internet and because of technology and because of social media, it's become a global market. So there are companies springing up that are becoming major household names literally in a very, very short time compared to what I call traditional businesses. So timing is everything in business. Imagine if you got involved in Facebook, Microsoft, or Amazon. Ask yourself how wealthy you would be today. Timing is perfect. This company started on the 17th of January. It's literally just over a month old. This is right at the beginning. But believe you me, some of the figures that are coming through in 1 month is astronomical. It really is. They've had literally 1.3 million views to the site in just literally just over a month. I think, I can't remember the figures, 800 and something thousand dollars have gone through this system in donations in that very short period of time. And believe you me, the figures will go exponential now. This is growing now. I think we're in 95 countries. So we're right at the beginning of something really big. So what is Impact 101? It's a single platform crowdfunding and marketing system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation grids forever. Basically, you've probably heard the saying, give and you shall receive. In this system, you have to donate first, you share, and you receive. And as long as you keep donating, you keep receiving, and you always keep receiving 3 times more than you're donating. So Impact 101 is based on a 2x2 grid process. This system is actually the most successful system that any company has developed and used over the years. So it's one of the best systems in history of internet and multi-level, not that this is multi-level. Impact 101 is a team crowdfunding system. What does that mean? It means that you're not doing it all by yourself. You are getting help from above, your sponsor, from yourself and what you do, and from people you introduce. So it's a group and team effort, and really everybody involved in Impact 101 is all helping each other. So Impact 101 is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. What does that actually mean? Well, in layman's terms, it's person to person. You're not reliant on a company holding your money. You're not investing any money into a company. In fact, none of the money other than the license fee goes to this company. They don't take any percentage of it. And just while I'm talking about that, that is the main difference between Impact 101 and those other companies. Most of those other companies take a percentage of the donation that is being sent from person to person, and that's how they make their profit. This company only makes money from the $25 for 6 months or the $40 for a year. That is it. So 100% of the donation goes immediately to the beneficiary. So Impact 101 provides you with an easy to navigate, totally automated, feature-rich dashboard that displays everything in real time and allows you to monitor your donations literally seconds by second. It's a very fast, simple system. This is your dashboard, and on your dashboard, it literally takes you step by step through your registering. So the first thing somebody would do is pay for the membership. As I said, that's either 6 months or 12 months, $25 or $40. And then you choose the grid or grids that you want. That really is up to each individual as where they feel comfortable of starting. And then you set up your payment methods. Basically, just set up as many methods of people being able to send you a donation as you can. It makes it so much easier for everybody. And then you need to donate to the first person, and then as soon as that person has confirmed they've received the donation, you send the second donation. There's always 2 people that receive the donation. Once you've done that, you're up and running, and you can start sharing this with people. So there's the two methods of the license fee. It's either $25 for 6 months or $40 for a year. You can pay this with a credit or debit card. You can pay through PayPal if you have a PayPal account. You can pay with Dash or Bitcoin, and there is a token system as well if you want to use that. The only other thing you need to do, as I said, is set up the method of how you want to receive donations. That's the page there. And all I can say is just provide as many methods of receiving money as is possible, and that makes it easier for people to send you donations. So here are the 8 grids in total. You can only ever have 1 grid open of each level at any one time. And as I say, you can have up to 8 grids. Now, the objective is to have all 8, and if you can really afford it, you can have all 8 as soon as you start. Basically, each grid is exactly the same. There's 6 positions in each grid, and those positions can be filled from your efforts, from your sponsor introducing somebody, or the people you have introduced. It's a combination of both. So it's not you finding 6 people. And the good news is the follow me system, which is the most important part of this system. What does that mean? That means every person that you personally sponsor follows you in to your grid, and when that grid's finished, it's ended, and they will follow you when they've finished their grid into your new grid, and that never stops. It's ongoing. It can literally carry on for as long as you keep donating, and you keep receiving, and they keep donating, and they keep receiving. And as I said, you're always receiving 3 times. So let's just take as an example the $40 grid. The figure on the top is the amount you donate. It's always split in 2, so it's divided. Half goes to one person, half goes to another. And the figure in red shows you the amount you will receive when there are 6 positions and 6 people have donated. So you'll always receive 3 times what you've donated, and you can do that as many times as you want. Now, if you want to, you can start on just the $40 grid, and you can do that multiple times, and that will give you, it's a completely self-funding system. So this will fund you to allow you to have the money to upgrade to the next level. So you'd have the 40 and the grid at 80 running. You could have the 40, the 80, and the 50. I personally started with the first 5 levels. I'm now up to the 1200 level. I've got 2 more grids to go, but it's completely self-funding system. Okay, now this is how it works. So in 3 simple steps, you first register, you pay your license fee to the company. Once you paid the license fee, you now need to become what's called an active member. You need to donate to 2 people. So imagine there's you. You now introduce Sue and Bill, and just help Sue and Bill now introduce people. That's in an ideal world. If you do that, you will have filled the grid. You will have received 3 times what you donated. Now let's just talk about that again. There's you at the top. Let's say you introduce Sue. There are various ways that this can happen. Whoever that is with a mic open, if you could please just mute yourself. Everybody can hear the noise, if you don't mind. So as an example, let's just say Bill, before you had a chance to introduce somebody, was introduced by your sponsor. Same thing happens. Sue would donate to you, $20 in this level. Bill would donate to you. And now let's say as an example, Sue now introduces Sally. Sally donates half to Sue, half to you. Sue now introduces, let's say, Jack. Jack donates half, $20 to you, to Sue, and half to you. Now let's say Bill, or this could be your sponsor, it could be you, doesn't really matter. Either way, whatever happens, you still get exactly the same result. Tom now donates to Bill, $20, you receive $20. And the same when Bill introduces Dan. Now you can do that as many times as you want. It can literally go on and on and on and never stop. Now imagine if you're receiving $20 donations in your $40 grid, and at the same time you've got your $80 grid and you're receiving donations from $40 there, and you've got, say, the $150 grid, you're receiving donations of $75. You can imagine you're doing exactly the same thing but you are receiving now higher donations. It really is up to you where you want to start. As you can see, you receive higher amounts in the higher levels, but you do exactly the same thing. Now, imagine as an example, if you just received one person dropped into your grid on each level, just say once in a month, and you had the 8 levels open. Just work it out what kind of donations you will receive. Okay, so it doesn't matter what your background or previous experience is, the impact system, whoever that is, please, could you mute yourself, please? Impact One is successful. It is a system for success. It's built with a fully automated system that will help you fill and donate your grids quickly. It does most of the work for you and the explaining for you. Using our system can create an endless stream of donations for as long as you want it to carry on coming to you. As a member, you have complete access to the entire system, which includes a fully customized and personalized mobile landing page. That landing page, by the way, the company, Frank's company, was selling that and still are for $250 a year subscription, and you actually get 2 of them. One is a personalized one. You can use this to send to people. It has everything they need to understand this system, including the videos. And it has a V card, which is a virtual business card. So you don't need business cards anymore. You have got it in that mobile landing page. You get your own personalized website, just like the one we're showing you, where people can get more information and join your team. It's using a state-of-the-art back office, which tracks all of your donation grids, your team, and your donations in real time. And you also get help and support from your team, a team of leaders who will walk you through everything and be there to back you up every step of the way. So this system is built for success. It's designed to get you the results you want and what you deserve. It's working for so many people, and it can work for you. So what I would do is reach out to the person that introduced you. If you've got any questions, ask them. And all you basically do is we ask people a simple question. As an example, this is just one method. If you just ask somebody, do you want or need more money right now? If they answer yes, ask them another question. Do you know 2 other people who need or want more money right now? If they say yes to you, then just send them the video, let the video do the talking. So share your Impact 101 mobile page with them. That, again, does the same thing. And all you do is just completely repeat that over and over again. It is simple as that. Now, in your back office, these are just a few things. You've got a full resource suite. It will track all your donations and all your grids. There's a complete history there. So it will tell you which donations you need to confirm and which donations you're about to receive. And a complete history of everything that you've donated and everything you've received. And there is videos explaining everything step by step. So as an example, there's a video on the top of this page, not only explaining how the grids work, but there's also a video there as well. These are the fully branded configurable mobile landing pages that you can get. Now, the great thing about this is if you have an existing traditional business, you can advertise this on the back of Impact 101. So you actually get 2 of these products. When you actually go into what these products do, they are fantastic. They really are. So that's the end of the presentation. I would basically get back to the person that invited on your call, especially if you're new tonight. What I would advise is think about your reason why. Imagine, a lot of people have lost their dream because they haven't had the right vehicle to get them to that dream. Here is a vehicle that you can start dreaming again. Think about the goals and what your ambition is. Learn the system. There's nothing better than actually doing a system to learn how to do it and work as a team. It's a team system. Everybody benefits from everybody else. So work together as a team. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. And I'm just going to put everybody on mute because somebody has got their mic open. 1 second. Okay, now, sorry. Okay, we're very fortunate. Before we do the questions and answers, there's a couple of people that I've invited to who are very kindly coming on to give a testimonial. Rebecca, are you on the call? I'm just looking where you are. Just 1 second.
Hi, Duncan.
Hi, Rebecca. Good to have you on.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me on.
You're welcome. Do you want to just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and tell everybody your story?
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Rebecca. I'm from the UK, and I'm a single parent to 4 children under age 9. And I was recently introduced to the crowdfunding system, or crowdfunding space, and it really has changed my life very quickly. So when I joined, when I got involved in crowdfunding, I was in quite a desperate financial situation, and I had no income at that point, and I had my rent coming up. I had to pay my rent, and my outgoings are quite high because I have 4 children. So I really didn't know what I was going to do. Somebody that I knew reached out to me and shared a short video with me, which I watched and decided to get involved because I felt and I believed that this would be the thing that was going to get me out of the situation I was in. So I got involved, and I really got to work sharing it. I was determined that this was going to work. This was the thing that was going to change my situation, and it has. So I'm really glad, firstly, that somebody reached out to me, and secondly that I took the time to watch the video and get involved, because if I hadn't have done that, I know where I would be now, and I really dread to think about that. So every day I'm really grateful, and I have no issues sharing this with as many people as I can, basically, which is what I do.
Fantastic.
So, sorry, go on.
Rebecca, fantastic. Can I just ask you, because I called you, we got to know each other a couple of weeks back it was, and I called you because I heard how many people you've personally sponsored. And what I wanted to know was how you were doing it. Now, you work very differently to the way I work, but I just want you to tell people, just briefly tell people how you go about recruiting people.
Yeah, so I almost feel like there's different ways that you can share things with people and stuff. Some people have been doing this for a long time, like 20+ years, before internet, before Facebook. Some people have been doing it since Facebook came, which is basically what I do. So that's the main, really the only place that I actually use to share this platform. And yeah, I share things on my own Facebook page. I do post in groups, but when I post, I tell everybody this: when I post in the groups, all your aim should be, when you put a post in a group, is to get the maximum amount of people asking you for information. That's it. It doesn't have to be about, you don't have to post about your business. It could be about anything. You're looking to get the maximum amount of people. So when you go into a Facebook group and you scroll through and you see there's a post with 1 like, that's all they've got. They've got 1 like perhaps, and then you see another post that's got 250 comments, and all those people are asking for information. Look at what that person's written. That's because they've written something that's making people ask for information. It's almost like a psychological thing. And then once that post gets a certain amount, or quite a few people asking, they're like sheep. Everyone is doing it then. Info, and it is a numbers game. So you're just sending out the correct information to each person, and you will find the people out of the people that you message, you will find somebody or a few people that are looking for something, or they get it, and they will go out and build a huge business.
Rebecca, I can't thank you enough for coming on tonight. really interesting and great getting to know you. You do it a very different way than I do, although I'm catching on to what you're doing, and you can do a bit of everything and it all works. It's just a case of doing massive action. Thanks very much for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. And I'd like you to introduce a very good friend of mine. He's actually one of the first people I spoke to about this system. Colin, are you there in Birmingham?
Yes, I'm here, mate. Welcome, everybody. My name is Colin Simmons from Birmingham. Thanks, Duncan, for letting me talk on here today. Impact 101, crowdfunding is phenomenal. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. I've got a background in home-based business, but I've never seen anything like the power that we get from crowdfunding, from Impact 101. The idea of actually receiving donations from across the globe legally is something very new for a lot of people. Most people just don't understand it. The idea of giving a donation is a great feeling. Now, in crowdfunding in general, it's hard for people to get people to send them a donation because people need a reason to send a donation apart from the cause that that person's promoting. The reason here is that they're now able to receive donations. That's a massive change in crowdfunding. This is why, like Duncan, I believe that Impact 101 will be one of the biggest crowdfunding platforms on the planet. If that happens, or nearly happens, all of us that are there building this business will do very, very, very well out of it. We are, as Duncan has said, only 5 weeks old today. And because of the system of sharing a video that everybody can do, we are now in 105 countries. It's huge. It's not about how well I can promote this, it's about, can I share a video? Rebecca has shown very clearly that just by talking to people throughout social media, and I guarantee you what she'll do is she'll send them the same video that we all have. You share that video, some will see it, some won't see it, does not matter. The more people you share that video to, the more people will say yes. It's as simple as that. We are all at the beginning of something that is absolutely huge. There you go, Duncan.
Thanks very much, Colin. Appreciate that. I've just kicked the dog out, so. Okay, right. It is a questions and answers call. Who's got the dog going?
I think it's the one that's on the video now, Duncan.
He's turned it off now. He's turned it off now, mate.
So I'd like to open up, if you have any questions, and it is a questions and answer call, if you want to unmute yourself, you're very welcome to ask any questions that you might have. And that is the main reason why somebody would not proceed with this system. It's purely because they didn't get their questions answered. I can tell you there's not many questions people ask. The main one that I get sometimes is it legal? And I've answered that question. The only other couple of things that people say it looks like a pyramid. Well, I would generally say to anybody that says that, well, what's your interpretation of a pyramid? Because every business, every system is a pyramid. The main difference between this pyramid and, say, a company pyramid is in a company pyramid, unless you're the owner of that company, you will never earn as much as the person that runs that company. In this system, I know, as an example, my sponsor, John, he was introduced by his friend Joe, and John earns, or receives, should I say, more donations than Joe. Why? Because John works harder than Joe. He said it, and it's as simple as that. So in this pyramid, this is what I call the fairest pyramid that you can ever belong into, rather than in a job situation where you're just creating and working for somebody else's dream. This is a system where you can create and build your own dream, and you can literally outstrip the person that introduced you and out-receive the person that introduced you. The only other thing people say is it's sustainable. Well, all I can tell you is as long as people in the world need and want money, and that is never going to end, we have a system here that everybody wants, everybody needs, And don't think that because people earn a lot of money that they don't need more money. You know that saying, big house, big car, big bills. And you've only got to look at well, we have a program here, I know it's in America as well, Dragon's Den, where you see some of the most successful British business people. What do? Continuously invest in other businesses. They start other businesses. They're always interested in making more money. So don't prejudge anybody. That's another mistake people make, is prejudging people. I can honestly tell you that people that you think would often be interested often aren't, and the people that you think wouldn't be interested often are. So just tell everybody, let everybody make their own decision. Anybody want to ask a question?
Duncan, I would say, if there's anybody that's too shy to speak, just write your question in the chat.
Yes.
And one of us will read it out.
Yes, if anybody does want to ask a question too shy, yeah, there is a chat room. Anybody, did I hear somebody open their mic there? No.
Yeah, I have one question from India.
Yes, go ahead.
How to create our mobile landing page?
How do you create it? Well, they're actually, some people have actually already done it. I personally am not that technically minded, but I believe there is a video coming out shortly on how to do it. So I would wait until that video comes out. Unless you know somebody that's good at that sort of thing. To be honest, I was worried at first about how to even put the standard mobile landing page on my phone. But if you actually go to your section in your back office, there is instructions there on how to do it. It's very easy, and once you've done it, it's brilliant. I can just tell you, there's I don't know whether he's on the call tonight, but there's somebody that was sending out that mobile landing page to contacts in his phone, and somebody in London, actually a Russian guy, watched the video, next minute contacted him, and I was on a call the other night with 9 Russian guys, very switched on people, who are now taking this obviously not only in the UK but out to Russia. So, you know, you've just got to use the tools to do the job. You know that saying, say less to more people? Well, that's what people need to do. Just say less to more people, use the tools, the video, the mobile landing page, and let them do the work. And that's exactly why we do these calls, because when you've sent somebody the video on your homepage and they've watched that, maybe then you could invite them onto this call, or these calls are recorded, so you could send them a recorded one. And all you're doing is drip feeding them with information. Don't pile it all onto them. Just drip feed people with information until they make a decision. So I hope that helps. If nobody's got any questions, then I'm going to say good night to you, because I know we've got...
people are asking, pardon?
Sorry, say that again.
There is one more question.
Yes, go ahead.
Some people are asking, what is the official website of QRGL Incorporation?
That I don't know. I've never been asked that. I don't know, but I'm sure you'll find it on the internet, because the company is still running today. In fact, this company, Impact 101, is part of that company. It's just another arm to that company.
But we are not finding the website of QRGL on the internet.
The what, sorry?
We tried to find out the website of QRGL on the internet, but it is not there.
I'm sure, is there anybody on the call that knows what that link is, Sean?
Duncan, I think what he's trying to say is that there's no information about the company, but actually it is on the website. If you could share your screen, I can show you where it is. Just if you could just open one of your...
Yeah, just 1 second.
Yeah. Somebody asked me this question before, you know, where's the owner, or where the actual address is there. If you could just go into Impact, just any site.
Anybody see this yet?
Yeah, no problem. Okay, you can, if you just scroll down a bit, right at the bottom, I think, Duncan. If I believe so, keep going. If you click on, I think it's the disclaimer or the privacy policy.
Privacy policy.
Yeah, I think it's either one of those, and it'll tell you about the company and the address and everything. It's definitely there. I've seen it myself.
There it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Hope that's answered your question. Yeah, there's the address. There's the email address, and There's all the terms and conditions, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody did ask me that question, and I didn't know, but I found out.
You see, I've learned something myself tonight. There it is. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of information on the site. So what I would recommend to everybody is have a look around, click and look around your site. There's a lot of information there. So I hope that helps. Does that answer your question? Who was that asking that question?
It was a guy from India.
Yeah.
Just to add to what you just said there, I highly recommend that everybody goes through the frequently asked questions. That again just answer a lot of the questions that people have on the website, FAQs. Okay,
if nobody else has got any questions, I'm going to jump off because I've got another call now with a group of people sat up in, I think it's Bury or it's Preston area. I can't remember where they move around a bit up there, but there's a group of people sat there and they're all itching to get going. So I'd like to thank everybody for supporting the call. If you want to